what I did before. A few punks in town don't know the score. See me, I run the show. Don't get in my way, or you'll have to go. I'm back. Charles Endell Esquire is definitely back. Definitely. Titty bum bum, a titty bum bum, a titty bumbaroni, a titty bum bum, a diddle-ide loble, a diddle-ide do. Don't get in my way, or you'll have to go. I'm back. Clink.
Come on. Less of the rigor mortis, you'd go.
Do me one.
Right, player pass.
Match that.
Oh, you crafty wee sod, eh? You want to raise the stakes?
Yeah, I'll have another quid on it.
You're on.
It's a pleasure to look after you again, Mr. Endell. You know, the lads on the sleepers and restaurant cars, they missed you.
Got you.
Not quite, no. Pass.
Sure you don't want to draw one?
I reckon you're bluffing.
Do you now?
Yeah.
I'm out. 1-1.
Gosh, you ain't lost your touch, have you, eh? Even with these.
Fancy another game, eh? Double of quits.
Yeah, just got time for one more before I set the morning teas out. You still owe me, though, for the scotch?
Oh, so I do, yes. That's £2.50 plus gratuity.
Oh, thanks. Me own £3.
Well, it was yours, then it was mine, now it's yours again. Distribution of wealth, friend.
Yeah. Do you know, it only seems like yesterday you went into prison, Mr. Endell. But it must be what? 5? 6 years?
I was a guest of Her Majesty, God bless her, for 7 years and 3 days. 7 out of 10, thanks to exemplary behaviour.
Well, it certainly made you fit. Staying out your berth all night.
Are they going to feel in me in Argentina? Bunch of chancers.
Well, you watched the World Cup?
The entire shameful spectacle.
What, in the nick?
Well, it's a law-abiding, not to say paying guest. The gentleman warders could be prevailed upon to supply me with a few creature comforts like my own coloured telly.
Along with a regular order from the All License and the odd bird, yeah?
Depending on your standing. Well, Slanger.
Oh, yeah. Cheers. What takes you to Glasgow, then? Business?
Business?
Uh-huh. Then it's back to dear old Soho, eh?
To that foul garbage dump. Not in your bloody life. Listen, I was there for a month after I came out. It was a rude shock, I can tell you, a crying disgrace. You know, what has befallen that noble square mile during my unavoidable absence is little short of a tragedy. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but it always was, surely. I mean, I thought your own strip clubs and filthy bookshops were main attractions.
Endell Enterprises was a service second to none. We deserved the Queen's Award to industry.
And yet you ain't gonna set up again?
You'll not find Charles Endell setting a foot in that foul manner.
What happened? The mafia move in and your pawn patch?
Well, me and the Italians were on very good terms, give or take the odd violent disagreement. My ex-wife was Italian. No, they run a respectable old-fashioned business. But it's the newcomers that have changed Soho, ruined it. Listen, have you been there recently?
Nah, not since you used to hand out blue film passes, no.
Oh, you wouldn't recognize the place. Arabs, Cypriots, made in Hong Kong Chinese, a Mickey Mouse land for cheating the tourists instead of selling them good, honest dirt. And a haven for degenerates, drug pushers, and heaven preserve us, child porn merchants.
It's diabolical, ain't it?
Oh, they've messed up the environment. Ruined the Soho quality of life irreparably. Gone beyond the bounds of decent indecency.
I better answer it. I'll be back in a tick.
Oh, there's no honour left.
Good morning, Mr. Endell.
You might be. Who are you?
I might be CID.
It's an offence to impersonate a police officer.
You don't need my warrant card. When you get the sleep out of your eyes, you might remember me.
Bit early in the morning for This Is Your Life, isn't it?
The name's Dixon.
Oh, as I live and breathe, you Dixon.
Now you know it's police.
My oldest school pal.
I wouldn't go that far.
I'm glad we're caught up with each other, Shug. Oh, man, it's great.
Wish I'd caught up with you 22 years ago before you left Glasgow.
Well, if you had, where would I be today?
We might have been able to make a much smaller villain of you. But a villain you'll always be, Endell.
The name is Charles, Shug. You know that.
You know I don't like being called Shug. My name's Hugh.
I'll call you Inspector if you like. Or is it Superintendent by now?
Sergeant.
Is that all?
Cup of tea.
Why not?
How much of your mucky fortune have you got stashed away, Charlie?
I paid a terrible price. I lost everything, including the wife. Remarried a Neapolitan taxi driver.
All right. What are you up to in Glasgow?
There comes a moment in a man's life when he has to return to his roots. A moment for reappraisal, to rediscover the source of his energy.
Been at the books in jail, have you?
Diploma first class in business studies.
Aye, and how to embezzle. Listen, go carefully.
Certainement.
Look, Charlie, go straight. Preferably go somewhere else.
But that's the right number for worldwide car hire, 9 Kincaid Street. And it's unobtainable.
What's the big idea?
Hamish McIntyre at home.
Oh, I'm Hamish McIntyre.
Aye, and I'm Sherpa Tensing.
Hey, look, mister, what's your game?
Is it Hamish?
I was given this address by a friend, Rifleman Billy Robb.
Hey, that name rings a bell. Pal of my father's. Hey, fetch you some tea. And sit down.
sorry to hear about your father. Rifleman Billy served with him.
Was that in the war?
Wormwood Scrubs. Yes. Rifleman Billy was a shotgun expert, demobbed now, so to speak.
Of course. They did a bank job together at Chiswick in the 50s.
I understood from Rifleman Billy that McIntyre's was a thriving business.
Yeah, it was. Until last year when my old man went back inside. He isn't really my father. I was adopted. Hamish McIntyre Jr., that's me.
I'm Charles Endell, Esquire, in need of a good chauffeur.
What kind of chauffeur?
Oh, Janet runs the office and the domestic side.
Unpaid.
We don't get many calls.
We don't get any, and the phone bill's unpaid and all. Sugar? Only the ice cream at weekends keeps us going, and that depends on the Glasgow weather.
I require an on-call driver, legitimate. As you'll maybe have noticed from my accent, I have been in exile.
Exile?
Prison latterly. My own driver's license is rescinded for the time being.
You mean you lost it?
Society's prolonged punishment.
How come?
I was banned a few weeks before going up for 7.
Oh, bad luck all round, eh?
Such is the vindictiveness of the Swansea computer. I'm forced to serve my year's ban on top of a jail sentence.
Isn't it justice?
Is that your jam jar out there?
Aye.
Can you come up with something better than that clapped-out heap?
The fleet's a wee bit restricted at the moment. You know, due to mechanical...
It's all he's got, and the lazy slob will take the job. If he doesn't, I'm leaving.
Well, you can start by driving me to an hotel. Keith's.
Oh, aye, huh?
Call yourself a minicab driver. Don't you know where the famous Royal Caledonian is?
The Argyle Lodge is the newest place.
New does not mean quality. Listen, the Royal Cali was the place when you were no bigger than a chocolate drop. Oh, there it is. Loveliest hotel in Glasgow. You brought me here. I don't even want the doorman to see me arrive in this bundle of scrap.
I don't see any doorman.
Park the car round this corner, eh?
Hello.
Hello.
Looking for a bed, are you?
That's the general idea.
I don't think there is anything.
Oh, it's only 9 o'clock. Surely somebody's checking out.
It's very busy.
Oh, you're gonna fool me?
I'm sorry. I didn't actually work here. I'm just seeing some clients I found accommodation for.
Travel agent, are you, eh? Buy yourself a bottle of perfume and fix me a room.
If you've got money, you don't need a room here. I thought you were desperate.
Well, I could use a bath and a kip.
Yes, well, you better speak to someone else.
Well, let me see the manager.
The superintendent.
No, I mean the manager of this hotel.
Hostel.
What?
This is the Strathclyde Region Hostel for the Homeless, and I'm a visiting social worker.
Good grief. It's nothing sacred. The Royal Caledonian, a 5-star jewel, reduced to a flaming doss house.
Didn't you know it's been closed and left around years ago? It's due for demolition soon. If you're as Glasgow as you sound, you must have been away a long time.
I'm beginning to feel like Rip Van Bloody Winkle. You great ignorant tar brush.
What was wrong? Full up.
Why didn't you take me to a proper hotel?
By the Argyle Lodge.
Hey, hold it. Notice something. We've been tailed.
That car was outside your office earlier on.
Charlie, where are you? Good gracious, why didn't you inform me? Of course. Oh, indeed. Naturally, everything to hand as you requested. But, Charlie, you shouldn't have mentioned your name, even to my secretary.
I am a client.
Very respected, but very private. We agreed...
No longer in jail.
Yes, but you're still under license. Never mind. What can I do for you just now?
Well, I'm ready for a bit of the ready, as you might say.
Certainly. Some immediate cash needs, yes, I understand. Where are you staying? I see. Well, I can arrange to... Oh, is that wise? Well, yes, of course, you have our address, and I'm entirely at your disposal. Noon, shall we say? Good. Until then.
The trouble with being Charles Buchanan Endell is that you can't remain incognito for long.
Why should you be followed?
Oh, underworld curiosity, some local general scare out of his jodhpurs.
Fear of a takeover bid, you mean?
Glasgow's always been a big picking. But there's always been room for expansion, room for everybody. Governments boost things like shipbuilding and cars. Endell Enterprises will soon have the funds and the know-how to pump into local rackets. Where's the difference? Worldwide, eh? You couldn't get the length of Sucky Hall Street.
Sounds like the battery. Hey!
See, the battery's the least of your problems. Your fleet's down to zero.
Curiosity, you said. They want you dead.
Whoever it is, better watch it. They're going to find out that Glasgow belongs to me. Oh, I'm definitely back. Definitely. See me. I'm back.
But it's perfectly appalling. In broad daylight, in the middle of our fair city, a direct attempt on your life.
They weren't just dropping a hint. Slaying you.
And it wasn't an accident. You actually saw someone.
A big fellow in a leather jacket who bombed out there fast. Oh, he'll get his one day, in a car crusher.
Have you told the police?
I pay you for advice, not jokes.
Oh, they have a duty to protect every citizen.
Well, one of them already did his duty. Told me to emigrate as soon as I stepped off the train.
Sensible advice, perhaps. Charlie, are you seriously intending to remain here in Glasgow?
Not you too, Telfer.
I mean, taking on certain elements, if I may so put it.
Dipping my oar in their territory, yes, if I may so put it in. Not to worry. There'll be no capital investment without a sound searching review of profitability and growth potential.
Oh, your prison studies are bearing fruit.
In other words, no competition and a racket worth a mint.
What I'm worried about is you sticking your neck too far out.
Oh, I'm no mug.
No, but you're caught in danger, as has been made obvious.
Soon as I've settled with one of their crewmen, they leave off, whoever it is. And that's what I have to set about straight away.
Not strong-arm stuff, I implore you. That's what put you away.
I meant finding out who's who. I used to know a few names and faces north of the border. Viscount Joe Blair. Always a crate of scotch from him at Christmas. Went out of the lorry game due to ill health. Big Tory McCrae at the docks. Benny Boland, retired after legalised betting. Well, you're a lawyer. You ought to be able to name a few names.
In the Glasgow criminal fraternity? Oh, I'm afraid not. After all, apart from our discreet distance from Soho, it was because of our highly reputable standing that you chose this firm.
Plus your interest in handling my money. All the interest.
Quite.
Have you any idea why Mr. McIntyre wouldn't want to report it?
Maybe he's still on his way to the police.
Maybe he's got something to hide.
Like what? The insurance is here, the MOT and the tax.
I meant, why was he parked at the Argyll Lodge?
Why not? He runs a minicab business, doesn't he?
He didn't answer to a paging in the hotel.
Search me where he is.
Well, you tell him we want to see him, right?
Sure.
How long has his phone been cut off?
3 weeks.
That can't have been good for trade. Yet you found the cash to pay the bill this morning.
Aye.
How come?
Hamish got a regular job and an advance.
Driving?
A clean job.
Who for?
Exclusive daily chauffeur. A most important customer. A Mr. Charles Endell.
This is the initial investment list that I was able to arrange in the cheese wrapping at Wakefield.
I digested both thoroughly.
Across the board over the years, there have been changes, inevitably. A switch to fixed savings deposits here. The Island Ferries public offer, good one, that. Local council bonds.
Glad to have done my bit for the community.
The entire folio, I'm happy to say, remains healthy. Indeed, it presents a very good picture, for which I'm not ashamed to claim full credit.
Which you have done.
That, of course, was our deal, since I have been the named investor of rather dodgy money on your behalf.
Got a nice Mercedes outside.
How did you know that?
Personal number, please. ART. Archibald Ronald Telford, right.
It's true that the interest has enabled my wife and I to enjoy a few unexpected luxuries. We've re-landscaped the garden. We have a small boat on Loch Lomond. Not that Mrs. Telfer has the slightest idea where the extra money has come from, you understand.
So what's the grand total that you're transferring back to me?
Well, allowing for everything, roughly £180,000.
Fair dues, eh? How soon can I expect it?
We must court canny. There's a labyrinth of paperwork, a host of details to be ironed out. Deductions, redemptions, and so on. We don't want to call in the money too fast and have the authorities, and dare I say it, the Law Society getting wind of anything. Or we might both be going up or down, or whichever way it is.
So how long?
I'll do my very best. Now, you said you were in need of some ready cash. What would you like? Would 200 or 300 suffice?
Well, that'll do for expenses, but I could use a bit more.
I'm afraid, Charlie, there's not a great deal more loose cash available.
What about this? How much is there?
3,000, but that's definitely...
Oh, I'll have it.
But, Charlie, that's a client's house purchase money.
Look, what did you say I was worth? I need this straight away to buy a car.
the ceiling, to the floor, out the window, out the door. To the ceiling, to the floor, out the window, out the door. 1, 2, 10, 5, 6, 7, and clap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and clap. Right, Angela, you're going the wrong way, dear. Up and down and up and down. Smile, girl. Fiona, keep the arms up. That's it. Right, Candace, come on, smile. You're happy to be here. Come on, it's lovely. Right, and that's it. Turn, up.
You said it was a nightclub. Phyllis Dixon was a stripper.
And down.
She's hung up her G-string. Wait outside.
And that's it. Okay, right. That's it.
At my age, it was time to, Charlie.
Good night, Miss Dixon.
Good night, Angela.
Good night, Miss Dixon.
Good night, dear.
I don't believe it. I mean, not you. Hearts and flowers to a bunch of Lena Zavaronis.
I was a Bluebell girl, don't forget, before the flesh peddling.
Well, I heard the rumour you'd gone straight, but this is practically holy orders.
I like it, Charlie. My own business. Well, it's damned hard work. We train kids for summer shows and pantos, but it's satisfying work and cheery. That's a long way from dirty elastic and goose pimples.
Those were the days, though, Dixie.
And you can keep 'em. I don't miss a thing. Oh, nothing personal, you understand, Charlie. I was grateful for all the work you gave me. You were always the perfect gentleman. Well, almost always.
You know, your pupils are treading historic ground. When you think what these premises were used for, eh? Some of the floor shows. Hey, do you mind the booze that flowed, eh?
Yeah, my blood after the defeat at Hampden.
Oh, it could be a trifle rowdy.
They closed it down about 3 years ago. My brother helped me get a temporary lease. If I had the cash, I could probably buy the freehold.
Presumably it was Sergeant Shug who told you I was here.
Yeah, it was Hugh. Alerting me was how he put it. Giving me a brotherly warning not to have anything to do with you.
So you rang me straight away, eh?
Charlie, it's smashing to see you again.
And you too, Dixie.
I would have visited you in prison, only it was too far. Heard about your wife.
Good riddance.
You back for good?
Could be. Soho's under new management. Not my scene anymore.
I'm glad, Charlie.
Could have taken over all my old markets again, no bother.
I bet.
But London's loss could be Glasgow's gain.
I was afraid you'd say that.
Good night, Miss Dixon.
Good night, Fiona. You know, my brother would do his nut if he knew you were here. You'd really bug him, you know that?
Shug's turned into a lemon peel. All bitter and twisted. Personal vendetta.
You know why?
Failed to arrest me once.
He also blames you for not being promoted beyond sergeant.
Me? 400 mile away. 20 years ago.
Because you employed me in your clubs. Caused my downfall. Ruined his reputation in the force. But none of it, not even my downfall's true. It's his own fault if he's a failed copper. But try convincing him. But he's right about one thing, though.
Such as?
You're a fool to think of muscling in locally.
Well, maybe the cottage industries need a wee bit extra muscle, eh?
Look, there's some really hard men about these days, Charlie, and I mean hard. Well, just to even shake their hand, you'd need someone like King Kenny on your side.
Who?
Kenny Crowell. Undisputed #1 bastard in all of Glasgow. Banks, pay snatches, airport jobs, and with the bodies littered behind like the retreat from Moscow. You know, to him, robbery without violence would be like fish without chips. No. No, you don't tamper with King Kenny.
Sounds an evil villager.
Matter of fact, he's very charming. That was his wee daughter Fiona that just went out just now. Yeah. Dances like a pregnant duck, but her daddy thinks she's a swan.
Hey, who's big in porn? You know, clubs, films, bookshops.
Biggest operator's called Alistair Vint. Oh, cold as a chisel and vicious with it. Charlie, don't mix it with the natives. Stay out of it.
So what do you want me to do? Take up tap dancing?
Look, I know you've got money. Put it into something honest. I was thinking of asking you to loan me a few grand towards this place.
Well, tell me how much you want and I'll arrange it. Relax, Dixie. I can handle things.
You could be like me. Past it.
Oh, get away. Soon as I get a swish flat, rent an office and get the feel of things, I'll be okay. And your brother can stick to parking tickets. You know, on my way here, I popped into the cop shop, reported to the parole office, just like the good Boy Scout I am.
And gave the Argyle Lodge as your address?
No, I gave my chauffeurs.
Sorry, Mr. Endell isn't here. Are you a friend of his?
When will he be back?
What do you want with him?
It's a personal matter. A question of his welfare.
What way?
I have to discuss one or two things with Mr. Endell personally. It's my job. He does live here.
No.
But he gave this address.
Aye, he would.
He's all right, isn't he? Getting enough food and shelter.
And the rest.
Perhaps he could phone me.
I'll tell you what. I'm just going round to pick him up. I could take you. Come on.
Go on. Have a wee drop.
This is all highly irregular. If I'd known...
Known it was me, you mean?
Well, I thought perhaps you got a job here.
Hamish has got a lot to learn.
I was guarding your privacy, Mr. Endell. I didn't ask him any more questions.
Here. It's not irregular to have a drink, surely.
Depends who with.
So you're in prison aftercare, eh?
That's why I was at the old Cali.
Bit of a mix-up there. Never mind, eh? Slange? That's better, eh? What did you say your name was?
It's Kate Moncrief.
Oh, one of the Perthshire Moncriefs, eh?
It's a very common name there.
But you don't have a common accent.
Mr. Endell, your name's now a statistic on our files. I simply need to establish that you are rehabilitating.
Famously.
Well, it's quite clear there's no hardship involved.
Shortage of crisps and nuts, otherwise okay.
May I ask you what your long-term plans are?
With regard to what?
Oh, things like accommodation, employment.
Well, I'll get by, as they say.
Yes, I'm sure you will. This is just ridiculous. Only I had to put something down about you in my written report.
Oh, good. Come and have dinner with me.
No, thanks.
Why not?
I have a date. Besides, I don't like this place, nor the kind of people who come here.
Foreign punters and local riff-raff. Well, we can go and have dinner somewhere else.
I said I had a date.
Oh, jeez. Get that idiot out of here.
Everything all right, sir?
No. Well, what is it, cowboy? The ball from last week's Celtic game?
You did ask for a very well done.
He says it's tough. Try it.
I'll take your word.
Try it.
It is a little, though.
Another one for Mr. Vint, and fast.
Vint?
Alistair Vint.
Do you know him?
I know of him. The man on his left was a former client of mine, and I shouldn't have told you that. If you should ever want to get in touch, I'm at this number. Goodbye, Mr. Endell. Good luck.
Goodbye, Caton. Stay out of jail, eh? About time the chef here had a shake-up, eh? Alistair Vint, isn't it?
Who are you?
Charles Endell.
That name mean anything to you two?
No. Friend of King Kenny's.
So?
Might be mutually useful if you could get together sometime.
Over what?
General merchandise. I used to run an operation in Soho.
Used to?
You can't ever have been to the big city.
Who did you say again?
Endell, with 2 L's.
Well, listen to me, Mr. Endell, with 2 L's. You can just get the hell out of this. I'm busy.
I'm busy finding someone who employs a crane driver.
You should have let me see him off. Pal of King Kenny's.
He's just playing the big shot.
Aye, with a big mouth, too.
Forget it, forget it. Teddy bear's pissed.
For tap dancing, Muriel Watts. First prize in mime and movement, Jean Farquharson. And now we come to a very special award. For this term's most improved dance student in any grade, the Charles Endell Shield goes to Fiona Crowe.
Thank you, Miss Ryan. If you would feed my meter and the 2 meters for Mr. Endell's car.
Yes, certainly, Mr. Chopper.
Really, Charlie, a car like that is hardly keeping a low profile.
I've had some unforeseen expenses.
I'm afraid another 100. Is the most I can help you with today.
Well, with the money I've got, I don't expect handouts.
As I've advised, hasty withdrawals might attract suspicion. However, I'm happy to say that the first 30,000 should be in your new account by close of business tomorrow.
About time.
Of course, it's entirely up to you, but you know my feelings about a return to your former activities. Do go easy.
Well, so far I have met a social worker. I've attended a dancing academy. And now I'm off to lunch with royalty.
Royalty?
King Kenny Crowe.
Kenny Crowe?
I thought you said you didn't know any Glasgow underworld.
Well, everyone knows King Kenny.
and it turned out that the figure under the bed was an archbishop in drag. No. Good evening, my lord. Bishops is his vice squad man. I'm afraid we shall have to defrock you. Oh, straight from one of my girls, that. Jimmy.
Oh, that was a superb lunch. I really enjoyed it. How about you, Charlie? Must tell me some more of your tales from Soho sometime.
Oh, with pleasure.
And if there's anything I can do for you...
Thank you, Kenny. You know the corner of Brewer Street and Frith Street there?
Oh. Hi, Kenny.
Alistair. Great to see you, soldier. All goes well?
It's fine, it's fine. Hello there.
You two know each other?
Met briefly.
Of course. Both porn merchants.
How do you do, little boy blue?
This is 213. I think I'd like a change of room. Definitely. I'm back.
That Charlie Endell shield, what's he trying to pull?
He had it made specially, in ebony and silver.
I don't want to know what it's made of. I want to know what he's up to.
Don't ask me, I take Charlie as I find him.
And so will we. He tries to make a corner for himself here.
Why don't you go out and do some real police work, Hugh, instead of bothering about Charlie?
How did he know where to find you? Oh, I see. So you made the running, eh?
I'm very fond of Charlie.
After what he did to you.
Hugh, I'm a big girl now. I was a big girl then.
My sister.
Even so, it doesn't give you the right to come barging in here grilling me. As far as I'm concerned, I'm delighted to see Charlie Endell again, and he's changed.
If you mean prison reformed him, forget it.
He's more natured, more human.
Aye, like Idi Amin.
Ah, you and your personal prejudices.
I'm a policeman.
Some policeman. You know, maybe Charlie will surprise you. Settle down peacefully. De Montfort Dance Studios. Yes, it's for you.
Sergeant Dixon. What? Right. Thanks. I'll be right over. Peacefully, you say? Someone just tried to demolish his hotel room.
I suppose there's some rough stuff.
Look menacing, rule number one. Anyway, Worldwide, you said you boxed.
I once went a distance with Vernon Solis. In training.
Oh, well, anyway, we've got Surprise on our side, and King Kenny.
What do you want?
Go buy yourself a hot dog, sunshine.
Hey, this is a cathedral, pal.
Well, your team's losing 3-0. Pray to the Pope.
Come in. You like the game, do you?
Take it or leave it. I was kicking a football against the playground wall when strikers were matches and sweepers were vacuum cleaners.
So why the visit?
You've tried to show me the red card twice.
Ah.
Car park, bomb in the hotel.
Not with you, cowboy. You're either a dinosaur or a doomcock.
Don't be insulting. Hamish Shear's an ex-sparring partner of Muhammad Ali's.
Jeez. Two religious leaders the one night. Look, Mr. Endell with the 2 L's. I just don't know what you're talking about. I admit I don't like you. I don't like your face. I don't like your sideburns. I certainly don't like your coat. But I promise you, you've got it all wrong. You're just not important to me.
Hey, Hamish!
It's a goal! Did you see it, Ben?
Oh, damn. Now you've made me miss a bloody goal. Look, cowboy, I'm busy, so why don't you get down there and get clobbered by some real hooligans? You want into porn? Right. Here you are. Page 3. Tits and bum. Okay.
I swear he's got second sight.
Rubbish.
Now he knows somebody's trying to get him. It'll be more difficult.
Your failure to do the job has placed me in considerable trouble, Mr. Bowie.
Your trouble started when Endell give you the money.
That's right. A new account was opened at your branch on Tuesday. The name of Endell, initial CB. Account number 7178980. Yes, I'd like to know the balance at the close of today's business. Is that right? Oh, yes, hello, yes? What do you mean nothing's been paid in? Where's he gone?
I don't know. I'm so worried.
You're worried.
Oh, all he left was a note for his wife.
Well, where's the note for his wife? Huh?
18 years. 18 years I worked for him and now nothing. Well, what does it say?
It's a suicide note.
Oh, no.
If I got my hands on him, I could save him the bother. I've never heard of Telfer. What connection could I have with a local solicitor?
You tell me.
Was his body found?
Not enough charcoal for a barbecue. Look, what is it with you, Charlie? What goes on?
I'm trying to rehabilitate.
Oh, yes.
If you'd stop hounding me, Shunk.
Nobody's hounding you, Charlie. It's just that in the past week, one car's been crushed, another used for a funeral pyre, and one hotel bathroom destroyed by explosives, and you've been involved with all three.
Well, I've told you, I've never heard of Telfer.
Do you know this man?
Hey, he was the bastard that dropped the crane load.
Sammy Bowie. Not just a record, a bloody album. And he occasionally worked for Telfer, Nairn and Guthrie as a messenger. Do you get the message? Oh, by the way, he's disappeared. Maybe he went up and smoked like Telfer. Maybe it was a suicide pact. Well, I'll be seeing you, Charlie.
That solicitor's left you flat broke, right?
Seems daft having a cremation. A bit bloody pointless.
What are you looking for?
Signs of real grief.
What do you mean?
I could be the only one with genuine grief. For 180 grand. I think it was Bowie, not Telfer in that car.
Go on.
Well, with my money, Telfer hardly had financial worries. But you had to have a body.
Gone to ground somewhere, you think?
Well, if he has, I'll find out.
Thanks, Dixie.
Oh, you're more than welcome, Charlie, for as long as you like.
Till I find a room, as soon as I have funds, you know.
Sure. Look, make yourself comfortable. I'll bring you some tea later.
Taddle.